Hey guys, Professor Latimer here, and I wanted to share with you my board I did for CC Cycle 1, Week 1, and kind of walk you through what we did for our first day of class. So this is my second year being a tutor, and first time through Cycle 1, so I'm excited to do all the ancient history. So this is kind of how I have my board set up, and we started with geography. I have the 7 to 8 year olds in my class, and we have a full class this year. So last year I only had 5 students, so this year I have 8. So that's been an adjustment just time wise, but I just wanted to kind of tell you what we did last week. And so we started with geography, and I went ahead and had their maps set out. And this is the trivia map just to show, but I found these at like the party section at Target, little finger eyeballs, and so I thought it'd be fun to have them point to the map. But it ended up being kind of hard this first week, just finding all the rivers and things. So I think next week we're just gonna start with our dry erase markers, and I'm gonna have them trace everything. And on CC Connected, the user Capel, she has these great maps for each week. And so I put some of these in these little Dollar Tree sleeves, and I'm going to put several of these out on the table to kind of help the moms and dads in my class, to help the students know where to point. So that's what we're going to try for week 2. But we ended up getting out the markers by the end, and that helped a lot. So, but these are kind of fun, maybe if you have larger things to point out on the map. So that's what we did for geography. And then for English, for a preposition, we read through it, and then I did erase a word. So like the first word I erased was preposition, and then we would say it, and they'd have to remember what word goes there. And then the next one I'd erase like noun. And so we went through it several times, and while I erased more words, and they actually memorized quite a bit of it. When we did science, I gave them these egg shakers. These are just little Easter eggs with some dried rice, and then I put some tape around it. My students didn't try to take them apart, but some might. But this worked good for us. We kind of had a rhythm going, and we did, what are the classifications of living things? These are the classifications of living things. And then I would say 2, and they would repeat, like domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. So we went through it like that several times, and it was fun with the egg shakers. And then for Latin noun cases, I did my silly dice, and I like to use my dry erase dice. I get these from the Dollar Tree, but my dry erase markers tend to come off whenever we roll it a lot. So for this week I got some wet erase markers, so I'm going to try that. But so they wouldn't come off, I used those shipping labels that you can get. They have them at the Dollar Tree, just like a sticker, and I wrote my silly voices or silly actions. And so I would let the students roll the dice. We would find out what the silly action was, and we would do that while we say our Latin noun cases. So my favorite one is to say it with your tongue sticking out. So that's my favorite one to do. But we did things like close your eyes, hop on one foot, say it like an opera singer, say it slow like a turtle, things like that. So they had a lot of fun with that, and we kind of used this during review. And then, what did we do next? We did history. We did some hand motions for the first 5 commandments. So the first one was have no other gods before me. So for 1, and not make unto thee any graven image. Like you have 2 fingers for the second commandment, like you're bowing down to an idol. And do not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. So cover your mouth with 3 for the 3rd commandment. Remember the Sabbath day. So you're kind of stopping, like pausing, like you're resting. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. And then the sign for father and mother is this and this. So it's 5 fingers, like the 5th commandment. Honor thy father and mother. that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. So we played the song, we did the hand motions, and then we kind of marched around our tables to kind of get some movement in. And then for timeline, the students I have, they've been in CC before, so they're pretty familiar with the timeline, at least, the very beginning. So we sang through it, and then I have on the back of some of the cards, I'll take my dry erase marker and I'll put a circle, or a dot on the back of it, and I'll let the students take turns guessing which card has a dot on the back. And so whenever they guess one, we'll take it down, and then I'll check to see if there's a dot on the back, and then we go, yay, if there's a dot, and we go, oh, if there's not. And then I take that card and I put it down, so there's like, that one's missing. And so we sing it through again and try to remember which one we took down. So by the end, all the cards are down and we're singing it through by memory. And then for math, I think that's the last one. Math, I almost running out of time by the end, but I was wanting to do my agility ladder, which is kind of like hopscotch, but you just lay it out and kind of makes places for them to jump. So I thought it'd be fun to do the jumping with that, but I didn't really have time to get it out this time. So I had the students come up and take turns and point with my pointer that I got from Dollar Tree, just at the different numbers while we chant it. And I think next week what I'll do is, the first time we'll say through it all, and then I'll circle some of them. And then whenever we get to a circle one, they'll have to raise their hands. And then when it doesn't have a circle, they'll put their arms down. So we did that some last year, and that was a lot of fun. And so that was for new grammar. And then for review, I played a new game that I saw somewhere. I called it Wiggle Worm. And so I just have a little jar. I put some construction paper in it so they couldn't see what I wrote on the sticks. And so they take turns picking sticks for review time. So like this one's English week 1. So we would go through that. And then if they get something, I drew a worm on it. If they get one of the worm, they have to jump out of their seats, and we wiggle for a minute. And so that just kind of breaks up the review time, and they all want to get the worms. So that worked pretty good. So I think I'll do this again for week 2 and just add in the week 2 subjects. So that's what we did for CC Cycle 1 Week 1. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.